Good afternoon. A verse for the day, Proverbs chapter 18, verse 15. The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out. Acquiring knowledge. So you've been stuck at home mostly, or some folks certainly working a lot of hours as well. But so much being stuck at home during this time, how do you spend any extra time that you have? Most folks I hear are sometimes trying a few new things. Some are intentionally trying to learn some new skills or something like that. A bunch of our parents are trying to learn how to work from home at the same time as they're trying to learn how to help teach and be homeschooling at the same time, which is a whole new talent set of juggling kids and work and calls and internet and everything all at once. And I think also learning maybe just how much they're looking forward to having school start up in the fall. Now, some folks as well have been looking and learning new recipes. It's a question of what do you have in the basement, what do you have in the freezer, what do you have in the back of the pantry, and learning some of surprises. It's kind of like one of those cooking shows where they give the contestants a whole bunch of random things and say, go. A bit of an adventure as it might be. Some folks are learning how to make face masks. A bunch of folks are doing that. Ponder some of the things I've done. I've made a few face masks. I've spent a bit of time trying to learn a little bit more music theory and a little bit of blues on the guitar that I haven't done much with in that way. And I've been trying to learn a little bit of Spanish vocabulary, more than what I have, but I think I'm forgetting that just about as fast as I'm learning it. And I'm having fun talking with folks. I'm learning about people as I talk with them. Some of those are really neat conversations to have a conversation and say, I've learned, for example, that Glenn Hoffner's family never had electricity at their house until 1947, after he got back after the war. And also learned that Glenn was a little bit, might we say, mischievous when he was younger. So those little stories you find out about. And I've learned that Elizabeth learned how to make homemade lasagna for her family last week, and learned as well over the last few weeks that, Carolyn and Mary Lou and Nancy and Deb and a bunch of other folks have learned how to do Zoom conference calling on phones and computers and tablets and things that they may never have thought they would learn how to do. Folks are learning and playing some new games and reading books and watching movies and sometimes just learning as they talk with each other at home more than they used to. And those are good things. It comes to mind that as we go through this, as I talk with our members, it's a neat time to ask them, what are they learning about their walk of faith? What are they learning about God and their sense of discipleship and what is worship and what do they value and what do they miss? And we think about those things differently when we're nudged and prompted, and sometimes when our normal pattern is disrupted and it's no longer the same and we have no control over that. We have to learn some new things. We don't have a choice, even if it's uncomfortable. But in so doing, when we learn new things, we also learn about ourselves. And we learn we can do things that maybe we never done before. And some of those are good and neat and wonderful. So I'm curious, if you'd like to share, I'd love to listen. What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned perhaps about God? What have you learned about God's relationship with you and how you walk with that and how God walks with you in this time? Peace be with you.